Hi guys, welcome back to my kit customization series. In this video I'm going to be working on some of the little tchotchkes that go into the coffee shop, and if you're new here you might want to go back and watch the previous videos in this series, which I will link in the description box below. Be sure also to click the subscribe button so you don't miss out on upcoming videos where I finish this project. The first thing I noticed when I went to start putting these pieces together is that there are two different colors of brown wooden pieces in the kit, and one of those colors no longer matches the browns that I used in the floors and the walls. So in this video I'm going to be doing a lot of repainting and mostly just following the directions provided in the kit. So this might not be the most exciting video ever, but I'm gonna mix it up and talk to you about some other things going on in my life as well, like why I was missing for 2 weeks. So if you just want to watch me put the kit together and don't care about the commentary, then go ahead and mute this and put on some slow jazz or something and watch me make stuff. If you want to hear about my life and the anxiety part of the name of my channel, then strap in. Still here with me? Cool. Now I know who my real friends are. So if you've watched any of my videos in the past, you probably know that I'm a nail tech and that I own my own nail salon. Or make that owned, as in past tense. You see, my nail salon was pretty small. It only had 4 chairs for nail techs. And I was gearing up to retire a few years ago because of the arthritis in my hands, and I was struggling to do services. And then the world shut down a year and a half ago, and we all had to, take naps in our homes for a month and a half. And going back to the nail salon for us was really difficult because most of our clientele were elderly and they were in that at-risk age group. So we were really concerned about safety and putting people that we generally cared about at risk. So what that meant is that we were shut down longer than most, or some, I guess. Anytime we had an exposure risk or anything like that, we would shut down. When numbers got really bad, we would shut down. Our main priority was keeping ourselves, our family, and our clients safe. So we had a lot of time to think about our lives. Unfortunately, that meant that a lot of my employees asked themselves if this is what they wanted to be doing and in the place that they wanted to be doing it in. Not that my salon was a horrible place to work or anything, but one of my employees wasn't from our area, and during this she decided to move across the country closer to her family. My other employee actually had a college education in another field and also started thinking about if this was the track she wanted her life to be on, and decided no, it wasn't. So she decided to switch careers, and that left me honestly with myself because our other nail tech was a booth renter. So I had to make the choice whether to start completely over with new employees and try and build my business back up, but honestly I was getting ready to retire anyway before all of this happened. So I made the decision to just shut it down and sell my business. That was in April, and honestly, the business sold really quickly. But the process put me in this weird headspace where I was questioning my choices. Was I making the right decision, doing the right things for myself and my family? And the process of selling was really stressful because I had to defend the value of my business and fight for what I felt like I deserved and the effort that I put in over the last 10 years to build it into what it was. And of course, there were also the rumors, because while I live in a city, it's not a large city, and it seems like most people here know each other. So gossip spreads like a wildfire. I'm gonna take a pause in the background story here and let you know what I'm doing on the screen. I decided that I wanted to pull in a little bit more contemporary look for the furniture than having everything be wood. So I took a cue from my actual salon where we had decorated a bunch of things with corrugated metal roof sheets. And to emulate that look in the Purgatory coffee shop, I just used some of these corrugated cardboard sheets that I painted silver. Since they are about the same width as the wood that's provided in the kit, I was able to just trace those pieces onto the back of the cardboard and cut them out and replace that piece entirely with that corrugated cardboard element. In this way, we can pull things from real life into our miniature making or our crafting to help us deal with the emotions or trauma that we have in our lives. I don't talk a lot about the anxiety part of art and anxiety. I'm not a therapist or anything like that. I'm just somebody who has anxiety and depression, and making miniatures and other crafts is a way for me to deal with it. I craft to appease the mental health monsters. Crafting for me is more than just a way to quiet my brain when I'm having anxious thoughts. It's a way for me to process the more complicated thoughts and feelings I have from events in my life. So this project and the story that I'm going to tell you when I finish it is kind of the culmination of the 10 years I have of owning a nail salon and the baggage that I'm carrying around now from that experience. Another quick explanation of what you're seeing in the video right now is the way that I make books, all kinds of books for projects, kits, everything. I hate those stupid little accordion fold books. They never sit flat. Why do you need all those pages bent back and forth if nobody's going to open the book anyway? So I have developed a way to make books using techniques from Heather Tracy and Ara at Bentley House Minis. And I will throw a link to that for a video that I did for Instagram and TikTok and Sketchyville, so that you can actually see how I make books using the spines of magazines. It's a quick, easy way to do it. It's easy on my hands. So if it's going to be a book that's glued into place, it works fine. And I think makes a really good looking book. Okay, now back to the gossip. I think that's where I left off, right? During one of our many shutdowns that we had at the salon, there were rumors flying around town among other salons and the business association where I was at that we were going under financially. And it really made me angry at the time because we were literally shutting down to keep people safe. I actually have a child at home who is in one of the at-risk groups that I was really concerned about, especially because my dad had just passed away months earlier, and there was no way I was losing another close family member that I loved. So we were overly cautious. But it was never a concern that I wasn't going to be able to reopen. I ran my business extremely conservatively, and I was able to pay my employees throughout all of our lockdowns, with the exception of a month and a half, their normal salary. So when the rumor mill made it back to me, what people were saying, I was furious because I worked really hard to run my business in a way where I could take care of people. So I was just flabbergasted and annoyed, and it was literally a couple of people making up a story, and I don't know why. I still, to this day, I don't know why somebody thought up this story in their head and thought it would be a great idea to start telling people that. And then when my employee decided to move back home, that started another string of rumors, and these ones were even harder for me to deal with because, you see, she was my lead nail tech. She was set to take over management of the salon if she wanted it when I retired, and more so, she was my best friend. So when she told me she was moving, I was devastated. Not only was I losing the person who was set to run my business, but I was literally losing somebody who felt like a sister to me. So when it got back to me, the things that people were saying about our relationship and why she was moving, it was really, really hard for me to take, and it still is. And to make it worse, the people who were spreading these rumors about my financial situation and my personal relationships were people I genuinely cared about. They were colleagues and friends and clients whose hands I had held for an hour every other week for the last 10 years. So to know that they were so eager and willing to basically tell lies about me for whatever reason I still don't know was kind of soul crushing. And if you have a mental illness, if you suffer from anxiety or depression or any of the other ones out there, you know what I'm talking about. You know what that does to your mental health. It sends it into a tailspin. So at the same time that I was trying to sell my business, I was also trying to maintain my reputation and a shred of my self-esteem. And it was really hard. And I used crafting and this channel to get me through a big chunk of that. And I thank you guys for that, because in the last couple months, I've made some amazing friends here, and whether you knew it or not, you carried me through the roughest part of it. So the business sold for a nice profit, and at that stage, I probably should have taken a break and given my brain a month or two to heal. But no, I cannot do that. Never. No. So my husband and I decided we were going to take the proceeds from the sale of the business and roll them into purchasing a house. I've never actually owned my own home. I live in a house now, but we rent it. And the neighborhood that we live in is not so great anymore. It was okay when we moved here 17 years ago, but it's kind of on a downslide right now, and we want to get out. And having the profit from the sale of the business gave us a really big down payment on a new house. And we thought that would be awesome and amazing for us to have. However, I don't know if y'all know what's going on in the real estate market right now, but it is crazy. Houses are listed in the morning, and by dinner time, they're contingent. People are buying houses sight unseen because they are going so quickly. It is so difficult to get in for a viewing and beat out your competition on an offer. My husband and I looked at one house and put in an offer within an hour of viewing it, and were told we didn't need to bother because they had already gotten an offer for $40,000 over their list price. It's insane. It's not normal. And to be buying a house in this market is insanity. But yeah, I'm crazy. We've addressed that. The good news is that after 2 weeks of absolute insanity, my husband and I were able to see a house before anybody else that we absolutely loved and get a successful offer in. So we're now going through the process of inspections and appraisals and mortgages and all of that. And while I thought my anxiety would be better at this stage of the game, it is worse. I wake up every morning thinking, oh my God, what have you done? So if you don't see me again for a week or two, don't worry. I'm alive. I'm just dealing with the insanity that my life has become. And now, here's the reveal. I really love how this kit is coming together, and I love the more contemporary look that corrugated metal has given the space and the silver accents. I think it's looking fantastic. And as far as I can tell, there should be one more video where I finish assembling the kits. There are some bakery items that I want to make look a little bit more realistic. And another cabinet to put together, and then in the final video I will be detailing it out for the story that I'm going to tell you about the Purgatory Coffee Shop. If you enjoyed this video with the bonus content of the backstory of my life, be sure to give it a thumbs up. Your virtual approval gives me a reason to get up in the morning. Also, don't forget to subscribe to my channel and hit the bell to get notifications when I upload new content. You don't want to miss the completion of this project, which is going to be so awesome. I think. I hope. Anyway, thanks for watching, and until next time, stay sane.